What brought me to DCTC the first time was the reputation of the school and the location. Then I left to go to hair school, and I owned my own business for a long time, and then also worked in salons. And then about 4 years ago, I experienced the death of a parent, and then a few months later, the death of a sibling. Those two things combined kind of made it seem like life is really short, and that I just wanted to go back to my passion, which is photography.
I grew up in Liberia, a country of 4.2 million people. I had huge aspirations of becoming a lawyer, and I still do. I thought about DCTC when I first thought about coming to the US for school, and that's in search of a better education. I came to DCTC because primarily I had looked up a list of colleges within the Minnesota state list of two-year colleges, and I was mostly attracted to the fact that they had up on their website real education, real results. Basically, they list a couple of programs and how much you're expected to make once you complete the program. They have a priority of making sure that as a student you get your money's worth from whatever you learn. So I thought, well, give it a shot, let's see what they have.
I worked for 5 years at Mesabi Nugget Iron Plant in northern Minnesota, and when they laid us all off, we were given the opportunity to go back to school and get retrained. And I chose DCTC as one of the 3 electrical line worker programs in the state. Given the option to take evening classes and only go Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday, really helps me with my family life, since my wife still lives and works in Ely, and gives me a chance to go home 3 days a week.
Receiving a scholarship made it possible for me to keep coming here. I am a mother of 2 small children, ages 3 and 4, and having the homework load and the class load and then going home to take care of them does not leave much time for working. And my husband works seasonally, so without the scholarships I definitely would not be able to continue.
Well, receiving a scholarship has been a great relief. Like all of the other students who've received this scholarship, it reduces your financial burdens. It in some way helps you when it comes to paying off your fees and tuitions. I think it's also important that you have this scholarship because sometimes you will have other things to do. You have to save up, and it helps you in some way to avoid the worries of having to pay back student loan and financial aid.
I was awarded a $1,000 scholarship from Xcel Energy, and this helps me in a major way because I'm traveling to go to school, and that costs money that I'm not making while I'm in school, and allows me to focus more on my academics and not worry so much about how I'm paying for it.
When I found out that I got the scholarships, I was, first of all, shocked, and it kind of felt like I won a game show or something. But it was very touching and humbling, and I don't know, it was kind of emotional.
Well, first thing I got the email, and then I got the letter of the scholarship. I was stuck. For a moment, I couldn't believe it was actually happening. I had opened the email, seen the letter, and I thought, well, this is good. And it took me a time to process it, to actually believe that I had won the scholarship. Regardless of my GPA, I believe there are other students who are also good, but to be selected and awarded this scholarship means a lot. I had a silent screen that I can remember, and then after a while, I had to share with the rest of my family that I had won a scholarship from the college. We shared high fives. I got tons of hugs. It was really a moment to savor.
I was surprised. I know there's a lot of people that put in for the scholarship, and a lot of people that money will help just as much or more than it helps me. Very happy about getting it.
If I ever got to meet one of the donors, I would probably be a little bit speechless, because the generosity of people like them is what makes it possible for people like me to do this. And I would probably want to introduce them to my kids and say, this is who you're helping too. And just a huge thank you.
I'd like to say a very big thank you to the people who funded this scholarship. They might not know what this means to a lot of us, but it's a huge, huge effort. It's helping a lot of ways that I can't even say. And to see that there are people who still care about students that they don't even know, but they believe in them to give out their own money to support their education, it means a lot. And I'm not sure how much more I can express my gratitude, but I'm really grateful for funding this scholarship.
Thank you.